Okay. I agree. Let's split up some lands. Alright, we're gonna try another league, and hopefully this time we don't go 2 leagues in a row 0-3. I think I do appreciate the take that we were doing on Leyline of Sanctity in the sideboard. Still think it felt a little bit loose, but this is going to be our version that we're going to play tonight. Oh my god. Why is it? I still need to change. Okay, that's a little bit better. Yeah, thank you. Oh, except Magic Online is not responding. So let's try this again. Well, this list is the list I was running last night at one of my locals. I'd like to say I would have gone 3-0, but unfortunately, the person I was playing against, my teammate, last round we ended up drawing, not just like intentionally, but uh, our like all three of our games were kind of grindy. Though, given more time, I think I was gonna win within like 2 more turns because I had blown up like what was it? They only had like 3 lands in play with hardly anything on the battlefield. And I have a Solitude and a Kahira on the field. They're at like 15 life or something like that, so I'm really just gonna kill them within like 2 turns. Because I think I also had a Castle Ardenvale in play. All right, so let's go back to that deck list again. So yeah, this is the deck we're playing tonight. Just some changes. We're gonna actually get one of the biggest things I'm actually wanting to try out tonight too is actually going out 25 lands. I feel like a lot of my games just come down to like being stuck on mana, so I'm gonna see if 25 lands is gonna make a big difference here. Change a little bit of the mana base, so we're now on 4 and 4 Field Rune and Demo Fields, and back to 4 Quarry Mountains, which I've never dismissed this card being like at least anywhere from like 3 to 4 of. Same number of basic lands, which I could consider maybe a fifth. What is it? Fifth plains if we wanted to take out things like Rugged Prairie, but to be honest, I like this card way too much, honestly, just because, again, I've mentioned it before. We want to be able to have access to double white and double red in a deck like this. And against mirror matches, we can always sandbag this if we ever have like times where we have like 2 cleansing wildfires and we're out of red sources, so we can. It's a good way to kind of like turn around the corner just a little bit. Excuse me. Sorry, I was kind of eating before I started the stream. Sideboard, some changes here. I think I'm kind of off Vexing Bubble right now, but we're going to go a little bit heavy on the wear and tears. We're going to do like a surgical extraction. I like Chandra enough that I kind of want to do a second one. I want to see if this is going to be some potential against like any control matchups or any kind of grindy matchups, even the mirror match even. But yeah, 3 wear and tears I think I'm okay on, and I think our matchup against Affinity is fairly fairly good even without Vexing Bubbles, but not always guaranteed that we win. Still high on the Rest in Peace, though I can see like maybe a split of like Calamity's Wake as well, kind of like going back to that. Also really good against Storm. 1 High Noon and then Celestial Purge. Yeah, let's get right to the matches. So And also, I forgot to mention in that deck tech, we do have two galvanic discharges. And that actually came in handy even game one that I was playing against last night at my local, where I was playing against Domain Zoo, which is a good matchup. But having like access to like turn one discharge their monkey, had 2 energy, and then on turn 4 I was able to blow up both of their leyline, what was it, leyline and the guild pact. Because I know there's a big difference with leyline at the guild pact and leyline binding. Alright, so we're gonna take the draw, it looks like. Guess someone forgot to let's see. Say opponent's taking a mulligan down to 6. Not really sure what we could be up against. This is kind of like threat, like not really. What was it? Doesn't have a lot of like creature removal here. I still want to kind of keep though. I mean, if we're up against like Ruby Storm, this definitely buys us some time. Yeah, I might need to adjust this a little bit. Alright. So, what do you got over there, opponent? What are you playing? Basic Forest, looks like Brood Skill. Oh. Yeah. Really don't want to be playing against Titan first round. Okay, this will... I don't know. This is one of those scenarios where I'd almost tell my opponent, what do you choose, red or white? I'm going to choose white. Oh, this is Fighting Rig, okay. Fighting Rig, a little, still kind of a rough matchup for us, but I'd rather play against this than I think Titan, if I'm being honest. What do they end up taking? Eldrazi Temple? Okay. Alright, we drew a path. Still want to lead with Field of Ruin, and they only activate this if they have power 10 or greater, so I think I'm okay with that for now. This is Dredge, I want to say. Oh, someone microspawn. Yeah, and they can definitely Ponza us. Wait, do they already? Oh wow, they already have enough mana to do all this? Jeez. Alright. Guess we're the ones being Ponza tonight. I did not realize that was 6 mana already. Jeez. Don't know if I even want to path this, but I don't know if I have any other choice. Well, could probably save it for... Let's see, we could probably save it for, like, Dredge, since... Let's see, we already got rid of one of their Eldrazi temples. Yeah, I probably don't need to fire this off just yet. Though I guess I could have fired off a High Noon there, because if they play Fighting Rig and Dredge, they can only... Well, they can only cast one of the other spells there. God, we're gonna get so microspawn to death. Alright. Probably just gonna take a hit for 3 here. Looks like we're being Ponza'd. Alright. Probably just want to save a planes in case they have a third summon microspawn. So let's play... I don't even know if I want to play High Noon, but I guess this does limit them from having to play Fighting Rig and Dredge on the same turn. Of course, we do have to be cautious of this bridge. This is one of those matchups where, I don't know, it started off okay with me playing against this matchup. Oh, I didn't even know that was in the graveyard. Okay, now I think we have to actually hit this next turn. More Eldrazi Temples. Okay, Discharge ain't bad. Of course, they're going to generate a lot of mana next turn. Just Eldrazi Temple. They failed to find a basic land. Okay. So this is deck. Well, let's see. I've only seen 3 basics, so they might have more basics in their hand. I think from them having to play, like, maybe even a K command, I think we have to do this now, especially since they failed to find a basic land. And next turn, I don't know, I might have to kill off this Ajani to kill one of these Zone Microspawns, but we'll see what they do on the following turn. I mean, they have enough mana to even cast an Emrakul here. 4 cards in hand, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think they're also playing Ulamog. Question, when do we use the Chandra from your sideboard? The Chandra comes in for like control matchups like blue-white control and the mirror match. Okay, I think we're gonna concede this one. Yeah, I was gonna say we're probably gonna draw a Solitude, and let's see. Yep. Yeah, opponent draws a Solitude at the right time there, so I definitely didn't want to play that game. Well, I can see us losing this match overall. But yeah, the Chandra doesn't come in for this matchup, unfortunately, but mostly just for control and the mirror match. And probably any other decks that are kind of like super grindy, like I would probably say like Demir Frog. Mostly just control-based decks. Wrath of God, and then we could try bringing in Wear and Tear. I do like bringing in some number of Rest in Peace. Guess the question is if we're taking out some number of High Noons. I think I want to take out 1. Legend of Roku seems a little bit expensive and against this matchup. Discharge. Let's see. Yeah, having to deal with Summon Microspawn. I understand we can bring in Wear and Tear for Fighting Rig. I don't know if that's just... Oh, wait, actually, I probably have to be cautious of... Let's see. Probably have to be cautious of, like, Transfer out of the sideboard. So I'm probably incentivized to bring that... Yeah, bring these in. Discharge is gonna... Let's see. Doesn't really deal with Fnatic. Probably will take out 1. I know it can kind of ramp us a little bit. We can take out another for a 3rd Rest in Peace. Because it does deal with Fnatic. What is it? Ronos? So let's try this one. Measures Disassembled would probably be another thing I could have considered too. I think we already have 2, so I don't know if we need 3. Let's see. I think an okay hand, not great, but still we'll keep. Also kind of thought about like Dampen Sphere on the sideboard just to stop things like Ugin's Labyrinth and Eldrazi Temple. I still think like a card like K Command could not exist in Modern, and I'd be fine with that. Oh. I was taking another mulligan down to 6. Plus, having Solitude in my hand, I feel like I'm okay with having... Oh, they have a Gemstone. Kind of want to have this just in case of Emrakul again. I had a feeling too. I was like, we can just concede right now because I'm pretty sure they're going to draw Solitude with my luck. Well, you can't cast Fighting Rig with that mana. But you can cast that. Not sure if I want to row just yet. Because we could have, well, yeah, we could have left double white open for a double road. Also, it just feels really awkward having to erode this. What are they doing here? Crimson Zenith for 1. Okay, now we'll erode. I'd rather give them 1 mana than 4 mana here. So next turn we'll go Demo Field, we'll hit that Eldrazi Temple. I think we'll do it now just so we can play around. Oh, is this another green? Oh, for Dryad Arbor. Yeah, let's hit this now so we don't have to play around K command. And they don't have the mana to cast it here too. We got basic planes. All they need is another Eldrazi Temple to play like its own microspawn. For Fanatic. I forget you can do that. I can't produce the mana just yet. Still gonna erode this creature. Okay, we drew another Solitude, which is great here. 1, 2, 3. We'll use Kahira. Mainly, that's what she's kind of intended for. Prevent our opponent from having 4 mana next turn. Rumble. Ooh. Let's see what they get here. They choose Emrakul. Alright. Well, that can be good. 4, okay, so they have 4 basics. Okay, so they must have had 1 in their hand last game. We drew a path. Let's play another Quarry Mountain. So where are we looking at? 5, 6, 7, 8. And they have land, creature, sorcery. So that makes it 9. Am I counting that right? So 5, 6, 7, 8. So all they need is 1 more mana. Yeah, we could try to path one, I guess, but I just feel like we just get blown out to a Eldrazi Temple or Ugin's Lab. They have 3 cards, so we know of 1 in their hand. They don't do anything this turn. Yeah, see, that's what I was kind of concerned about. And they get to keep Ronus for 4 mana. Ugh. If I had just 1 more mana here, I would love to be able to path this. Alright. So we're gonna go into turn. So we could just hardcast Solitude, I guess, but they're gonna use Path on it anyways. Alright. Quarry Mountain, they can't really do anything on this turn, thankfully. Unless they really just want to get an activation out of Quarry Mountain. Which I'm actually okay if they try to do that. Yeah, being Emrakul is not always the worst here. Okay, cool. Yeah, they can just not play a land, which that's understandable. They're drawing a basic here. I don't like that. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we could maybe try to find a path. Let's see, 1. Yeah, it would be a path or a road at this point, so I guess we can. I don't think we have to activate just yet. Because if we get Emrakul again, I don't want our opponent to like get the satisfaction out of this. I think this deck actually plays 4 Emrakuls. Oh, we're gonna get Emrakul again, aren't we? Or Or Ulamog. Maybe not. One's taking it back. Attacking in for 2, okay. 3 card types, so this means that they don't have Emrakul. Disciple, okay. You may sacrifice another creature if you do. Okay, so they would sacrifice one of these creatures just to draw. Let's activate this then. Wrath the Skies. So they did that just to draw a card, but they can bring it back. Price of Freedom. Okay. I'm alright with that. Normally I would like to hit Forest here, but I kind of want to strip them away from Temple. Draw Rest in Peace, that's pretty well timed. I guess first things first, let's play that. Mountain. Yeah, we'll Rest in Peace here. And then just net an energy here since we're going to basically lose our Wrath the Skies anyways. Cool. So now they only have 7 mana. And for them to cast Emrakul, it's going to cost them 13 mana. I think we can deal with this 3-3 just fine. So, in an okay spot, but all it takes is like maybe even a Summon Microspawn to kind of get back out of this. That also works too. Ooh, God. Or even just that. Wow. Insane. Okay. Well, that path is a little bit late to the party. Just now, Wear and Tear. Yeah, Wear and Tear is only dealing with Fighting Rigs. So I don't even know if I'm really... Well, if there's a Transfere, because I've played against some matchups. Yeah, like, here it's good. Kind of surprised they're actually playing into this. They do have to pick a card out of this. Though it feels like they probably have another one. Well, they have another one. We can at least path that. Yeah, we still have to deal with these. Oh, did we not? Oh, did we not bring in Wrath of God? No, we. Yeah, we did. Okay. I was gonna say Wrath of God would be great. Summon Microspawn. Okay, only search for a land. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So even a Wrathless guys can also help. We do lose our Rest in Peace, but that's fine. Well, there we go. Ask and you shall receive. Yeah, sadly we have to do this for 6. Yep. Or wait, hold up here. Let's back it up a little bit. Because we have 1 energy anyways, that's why we net it. And we can hold up half. There we go. Cool. Okay. Still doing okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Even with... Yeah. They can still play Was this an Ulamog? K command is 9. They're doing this now. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, we had to play Wrath of the Skies there anyways. Oh, this is brutal. Guess we can try to use a Quarry Mountain to maybe try to, let's see. Wow, 1 top, 8 bottom. Oh, Ugin, okay. That's also good too. Would like to hit a road then. Cleansing Wildfire. Still hit the Eldrazi Temple. Guess at this point, basic forest. Second Citadel, I guess we'll name red. Ugh, yeah. At least that was some extra draws there, but still not enough to probably deal with everything that's going on here. Yeah, them being able to draw 6 cards, that's good for them. Oh, is this another K command? Well, I don't know. Probably don't want to concede this one. They will be able to ultimate Ugin, though. I guess here we would want them to draw a Wrath of God. And then on the following, we can play in a road. Freaking Solitude, man. Right on time. Well, let's see if they misclick. I highly doubt it, though. Call. They could be at 60 life, though. Come on, opponent. Be cool. Yeah. Biden Riggs is a little bit of a rough matchup for us. There was a moment there where I was like kind of going 3-0 against it. Like I had, what was it, one paper matchup where I went 2-1 against it. No, that doesn't do it. Avengers disassembled? No. Yeah, that was a clean 2-0 for our opponent, so yeah, we'll go to the next round here. Yeah, I didn't want them to draw 6 cards, because in that game too, it felt like we were pretty advantaged there until they actually had that combo there to draw 6 cards. I've also kind of eyeballed Fighting Rig. Does look like a fun deck to play. Yeah, I think I've played it 2 other times, and I've also lost against it. Yeah, it's definitely rough. I thought at first it seemed like it was okay, but I don't know. I feel like I'd rather play against it than Titan, if I'm being honest. I feel like Fighting Rig is at least a better matchup to play against. I don't know. I can't say either one is great. What is great is this hand. And we're on the play, so yeah, we'll keep it. Don't think I want to lead with Fetch Shocking, or not Fetch Shocking, just Shocking here. Don't really need to fire off this Cleansing Wildfire too, especially if they have like Wooded Foothills here. Alright, we'll play another Sacred Foundry tapped. Wooded Foothills, I wonder what we're playing against. Probably Broodskill. Yeah. Now Broodskill, better for us. But Also, another matchup we can lose to. I did play against it in one of the leagues, and I just got destroyed against it both games. Usually I get like 3 games out of it. They can't take the K command, thankfully enough. I would imagine they're going to take... Or is this Saga? Okay, they took Grove. So this makes me think that they probably have another K command. Alright. Well, we have plenty of field runes, and let's try... Let's see if we can... Let's do this on the draw step, I think. Or... No, I don't think we need to do that just yet. Kind of want them to play Eldrazi Temple. If they don't do anything this turn, then we'll fire off the demo field. Feels like they were probably setting up like an Eldrazi Temple. Looks like they just set up another Grove in that case. Chrysalis, yeah, that's fine. Well, not really fine. We'll actually path here, since if we erode here, it gives them another card type. So enchantment land. Enchantment land, oh, what is it? Instant, or tribal instant, sorcery, land, enchantment. Still not great. See how many basic lands you're running over their opponent. Okay. Could go for a Cleansing Wildfire, which I'd rather try to fire off now while we can. Because if they Emrakul us, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What did we say the count type was? Instant, tribal, sorcery, land, enchantment. That's 8 mana. 4, 6. All it takes is an Eldrazi Temple just to get us. And I don't want to get... I don't want them to use Cleansing Wildfire on us, so I'd rather just do this now while we can. Okay, we did draw a Solitude. I think I'm going to lead with just double white here. Fails to find a basic land. Okay, that's good. So they're only running 2 basic forest. I'm not going to complain, unless it's in their hand. A lot of brute scale decks usually play about like 3 to 4. Well, that's a good sign for us then, because both of these field runes and demo fields are at least going to be strip mines. Well, actually a better term, I would say wasteland. Strip mine can hit any land. I was thinking deep in the tank with this Ancient Stirrings. Yes. Okay. Another Grove. They really like this card. Do want to try to strip them away from colorless sources, though. Because if we can hit these 2 lands, I mean, they have the Eldrazi spawn. Okay. Well, they're exposing themselves to a Wrath the Skies. Soul Guide Lantern, not really good against us. Wrath the Skies? But we'll take a Price of Freedom. I think we'll lead with that. Still hit Basic Forest, since now we actually have these 2 ways to deal with their non-basics. Usually when you have a hand like this, you want to strip away their basics. Okay, I do like a Johnny. They still failed to find a basic land. Okay. So we strip away this land, then they're left with 4 mana. Okay. We have to keep in mind that there is a Vexian Bubble in play, so we can't, pitch a white card with Solitude. Of course they always have it, Eldrazi Temple. I always kind of have the feeling that they do. Okay, Brood Scale. So this would normally be infinite. Unless they probably have another one here. So they're paying the red to probably equip here. Joke's on them. Let's see. They still have no creature, so we'll path it. Now we can F6. Another Price of Freedom. Okay, strip away that land. I think we'll get a basic mountain here. Price of Freedom, gonna target this. Galvanic Discharge. We could use that just to kill a spawn token. I think we still want to hold it. Yeah. I bet, yeah, we just want to try to keep them off of mana as much as possible just for Emrakul. This seems kind of like a rough beating for Bruteskull at the moment right now, but I know they can always like kind of crawl their way back through just a simple K command. That's why it's so important here, because right now if they were to K command, they're only doing it for 1. Sure, our opponent's not thrilled. Okay, they play a land. They can, and then yeah, they can easily play a Chrysalis here, which I need to keep in mind to not use a Galvanic Discharge on. Marifet's Shocking. Okay, Brute Scale. We are gonna. Okay, they're. They're not equipping yet, are they? Oh, they just sacrificed it. I see. Okay. That's what I was wondering about. I was like ready to fire it off, but I wanted them to use the mana. Okay, 2. Okay, that is a 2/2, and they have 1 mana open. Okay. Alrighty. Now we can have the Sejani out in play. One's gonna be like, Ajani? In this economy? They only have 1 card in hand. Let's do, I don't know. We could even kill the spawn token. This feels all the same to us, honestly. So they have 2 mana. I could see just going to game 2 at this point. Alright, they're sacrificing. Wouldn't be surprised if the next one would probably be Vexing Bubble at this point. I actually really want them to fire off that Vexing Bubble. Okay, continue to keep this tapped. Can even... Or I guess we're 1 mana shy. We'll start making tokens at this point. Another land. No point in firing off a Solitude just yet. That's kind of what I was expecting them to do. I guess we did have the 3 mana to put Kihara into our hand. They're kind of crawling their way back in, but actually we do need to be cautious though, because if they Emrakul us, they can use this to destroy all lands target player controls. So, let's see, artifact. Okay, so artifact, creature, land. Yeah, because we don't want that to happen to us. Land, tribal, instant, sorcery. What is that? Artifact, creature. Do they really have that much? Wow. They have 6. I guess here we're just hoping that they, let's see, tap 4, 5. Oh my god, why is it not showing the card types? Okay. Well, now I'm starting to get a little scared because I don't want to ultimate, and or I really don't want this to be the bane of our existence here. So artifact, okay, artifact, creature, land, instant, tribal, sorcery. So that's 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We kill this. 2, 3, 4, 5. All it takes is that to happen. Okay, keep this tapped. So yeah, we keep this tapped. And then I think we have to erode this creature. And then I think we're in good shape. Unless they actually K command here. So we kill these 2 tokens. This remains tapped for... Okay, I think we're still okay. And I guess they're out of fetchables with this, is what this is telegraphing. So you prefer Ajani to 4 mana Chandra? Yeah, I mean, I like Ajani. It just all the modes on this right now, I think, is a lot more important than probably having 4 mana Chandra at the moment. I am not against 4 mana Chandra mainly for like the fact that you can just add 2 red mana and just like ramp up. You can also use it to cast Cleansing Wildfire on the same turn. Okay. We're just gonna double erode these creatures. Now they only have what I would assume 3 mana at this point. Yeah, I was definitely understanding the consequence of Ajani being used against us here. Really sucks that it says target player. It can't be like destroy all lands, target opponent controls. I don't know if there's ever a world where I'd want to destroy my own lands. Yeah, 4 mana Chandra is good. I'm not against it. I think some builds usually run Chandra, but I'm kind of, I don't know. I like Ajani way more. They're playing Urza's Saga even though they know that could probably be destroyed. Okay. Okay, I was gonna say I'm not gonna waste any more time there because I would definitely destroy their lands and just start being down for 5. So glad our opponent was willing to go to the next game there. All right. So we bring in some wear and tears, Avengers Disassembled, 4 Rest in Peace, and a Wrath of God, which is a lot more than I usually bring in sometimes. We'll definitely take out these 4 cards. Legend of Roku, I think we take out 1 Ajani, even though it was good there, I'm not gonna lie. See, this is where it gets a little bit tricky, because I think, what was it, last night I think I turned both my Ajanis. But Ajani also here too, in a situation where, let's just say we're above like 13 life, we can actually use this to keep an Emrakul tapped if they attack us or whatever. So it does buy us some time. But like as shown there, like you can just keep one of their lands tapped, and it can almost just be kind of like a time walk in some cases. Oh, what are we actually taking out though? Because I kind of like keeping in discharge even too. Um, we could probably trim 1 wear and tear. I don't know if we, no, I don't know. We'll probably try this again though. I don't know if I really want to. I don't know if I really want to take out 2 Ajanias, but because we're on the draw here, it probably makes a little bit more sense. Probably take out 1 discharge. That could be wrong though. It does ramp us with the Wrath of the Skies here. And I guess we'll try this and see how it goes. Yeah, I kind of realized that we have like 9 cards that we bring in against Brute Scale, and usually it's just an easy swap for me to like take out like 7 cards for 7 cards, but this being the case, not so much. Probably lead with a castle. I wish this came into play untapped. Would Surgical on Brute Scale be good to bring? You would think so. You have to kind of time it right with their graveyard. Like if they go Malevolent Rumble, and let's just say they put an Emrakul in the graveyard, but they choose to not put it in their hand, then it's good there. I think Surgical Extraction's like not great in this matchup. I feel like I would rather have Biffenil probably gonna name Field Rune. They're probably, I mean, you kind of have to just time it right, I think. I don't think it's personally good in my opinion. I mean, you can hit a K command, which is also pretty important there too. But if we have Rest in Peace, then Surgical Extraction is kind of a dead card. Okay, we are drawing more Cleansing Wildfires. I always like to see that. And of course, they named Field Rune. That makes sense. Then we have a Demo Field. We're going to hit their Grove, kind of start this trend of destroying their land. So we saw, what was, if I remember correctly, I don't think I have that program just yet, but let me see here. Okay, we'll just pass. Okay, Eldrazi Temple, which we can use Demo Field on that. Chrysalis, they're gonna ramp up. Oop. Okay. Whew. Almost past the turn there. Jesus. Drawn Wrath of God is good. Yeah, I think they're playing 3 basics. Yes. Plains and let's see, they have, what is it, 5 mana here? Oh. Yeah, sorry guys, I don't think I have the deck thing programmed just yet, but let me see if I can send a link. Let's see. What is it, Moxfield? I do need to update the list though, but if you want to use that as reference in the meantime. I probably should update this. I think after this match, I'll update the deck list so then that way you can have it available. Do we don't erode. I feel like Wrath of God's better in this case, but the problem is if we Wrath of God, then that allows them to play their combo next turn. 2, 3, 4, 6. I think we can wait one more turn. Well, oh yeah, I was gonna say Field Rune's good. We can Field Rune one of their lands, but they have this in play. Let's go Cleansing Wildfire now because I want to use this before if we do get Emrakul because they can hit our lands. We can even Price of Freedom this Piffy Needle if we want to. Fails to find a basic. Okay, always love seeing that. Since we drew a Sunken Citadel, we can hold up mana for a road. I think we name... I think in this case we probably name red. I think it's Nightbolt that does that. Okay. Yeah, I thought I had that programmed in Twitch, so I do apologize. And the deck list I would be showing is on Moxfield, which hasn't been fully updated on here just yet. I was going to say, you don't have to stick around for the whole thing, but if you are interested in the deck list, I can link it here in a minute after this match. I would need to make some changes to it, though. I guess if you want, like, maybe like a count on something like that in the meantime, like how many lands or spells, kind of the deal. Because like right now, what is it? You have, maybe I can try to do this based off of memory. 4 paths, 4 roads, 2 galvanic discharge as the 1 drops. There's 1 Get Lost, which I do recommend. Some lists aren't really running Get Lost, but I'm running 1. Let's see. You got your full package of, what's it? 4 Price of Freedom, 4 Cleansing Wildfires. Your 3 drops, 2 Avengers Disassembled, 1 Wrath of God's in the sideboard. You got 1 Legend of Roku and 2 Ajanis. If you're just now tuning in, we are playing Ajani Vengeance, 2 of them. And I'm definitely sold on that card a lot more than I think Chandra. And then of course 4 Wrath of the Skies. Yeah, I'll get it here in a minute though. But I know a lot of people have been kind of intrigued by Ponza lately. Let's see. We take 5 here, that's fine. Let's see, we Wrath of God them. They're only going to be left for 4 mana. I'm okay with that. Or 4 Solitudes. Oh my god. Obviously, we forgot our win cons. Thank you. Oh, I almost got there. Yeah, 4 Solitudes. Oh, they're sacrificing a spawn? Okay. They're just doing this to get more damage in. I'm not worried about this. Luckily enough, Bruce Scale doesn't really have, like, any, like, lightning bolt effects other than, I guess there's maybe Walking Ballista. Okay, so they're just going in on this Chrysalis. We'll gladly take 7 damage. Yeah, we can't Field a Ruin just yet, unfortunately. So we do have to play this Castle Ardenvale to hold up our 3rd White Swords, just in case they have the combo in hand. So yeah, let's Wrath of God now. Though we could have actually tried to just like destroy 2 of their lands, which probably would have made more sense, but again, we have a road just to deal with cards like this. Speak of the devil. Well, if we can draw Wrath of Skies, that's also good too. But I will most likely be firing off like two, let's say, two land destruction spells, or even better, Avengers Disassembled. That's why we play it. Avengers Disassembled will do both modes where it's strictly better here. We will hit the forest because we have field run to hit one of these, and then we can hit the other two. Yeah. Now, I will tell you this: there is one rare scenario where you can only do Avengers Disassembled for just deal 3 damage and not do the second mode. Keep in mind, if you ever play this deck, I got punished with it in a in a matchup against Samwise, where if they have a Sylvan Safekeeper in play, they can fizzle it by sacrificing the land that you target. So that is one thing you got to keep in mind when playing this deck. All right, we're gonna ship it back. Wish I could field run this turn though. Okay, so that's the match. We got a clean 2-0 against Bruciel here. So currently 1-1 right now, but let's we're gonna take a little bit of a quick break here just to change up this deck. This is, well, I can show you the Karn package that I was running previously. Where is Bonza Ponza? What the heck? Up a level, modern. Am I just where's the deck list here? This is what Pon or Flashback. Oh, okay, gotcha. I just named it Flashback Ponza, which is not obviously true. We'll just actually rename this for us Ponza. Though, if you ever want to try Flashback in Ponza, you can do that. So, here's the deck list. We are gonna make some changes, or we're gonna make some changes to it so it's up to date. Unfortunately, we're not playing Chandra or Wandering Upper, which is something you can always try. Why didn't you play the Quarry Mountain there for a Wildfire or Price of Freedom? Oh, was that like the turn before I played Wrath of God, or um, I mean, we could have had options there because instead of playing what is it, Wrath of God, we could have hit 2 of their lands and then they could attack us for like 8 damage and I think put us down to 3. But I think playing Wrath of God felt better there. Might have to refresh where this might have been taking place at. Let's see, we are going up a land. Let's see, Johnny. Okay, and then the sideboard, Wrath of God. This should be 1 here. We're taking out all of these. The last turn where you played the demo field. Oh, oh yeah. I guess I could have. Oh yeah. Come to think. Well, yeah. I was gonna say. I guess for some reason I probably had a blank moment there where I thought I could field ruin at the end of turn, even though there was Epiphany Needle. So yeah, you're probably right. I think yeah, playing the quarry would have been a lot better there because then it also holds up wear and tear too. So I didn't really think about it. I think my mindset was just field ruin, or they're almost kind of the same thing. But yeah, I kind of had a blank moment there where I just forgot about Epiphany Needle, so I just played the field rune. I don't think it really mattered so much. I think it was just more like I don't think I was going to get punished, to my understanding, but it would have made sense to hold up wear and tear mana so we could hit maybe an Urza Saga and Epiphany Needle at the same time. Deck also runs for Corey and no Sunburrow. Oh, thank you. Glad you're keeping in check too. That is true because we don't run the Sunburrow Verge anymore, and that was kind of for a short time when we were playing Manative, which also again I like Manative. It's always kind of funny to get your opponent with Manative, especially if you can counter a K command. All right, so we have 58 cards in the main. What was, let's see, 3 get lost, 4. Okay, Galvanic Discharge. Yeah, I'm actually on, or I'm back on Discharge once again. I think the last time I was playing Discharge was probably about a month and a half ago, and I understand the reasoning why. Like, this does ramp up with Wrath of Skies. I've never been against it, but I could also see taking this out for like better premium removal, like Get Lost, and Get Lost has been fantastic in matchups like Urza Saga decks. You can hit Planeswalkers, which makes our Azorius control matchup a lot better, but we can also hit Planeswalkers with this. It doesn't exactly kill it though. Um, so I think we got the main board covered. I think the thing that we were missing in the sideboard, let's say surgical at the moment. Also, just like having another answer to Goria's Vengeance if we play against that 2 Chandra on the side. You are indeed correct. Alright, so yeah, this is our current list, which now, asking you shall receive for the deck list. I will now post that in. I'll post that here. So in case anybody wants to check it out later, there you go. And also, if you want to, you can also follow me on Moxfield. Bonza Ponza, I guess we could do no Karn package. No Karn. We can do no Karen package. No Karn package. Cool. Alright, so that deck list is updated. I'll also try to get that programmed on, what was it? Like on Twitch, where if someone does the exclamation mark deck, then they have the deck list available. Oh, damn. Alright. So 1-1. Definitely looking a lot better than my last 2 leagues, where I think we were just trying too many cute things in those last 2 leagues. Alright. Maybe another Brute Scale matchup. Let's do that again. Okay, this hand is pretty solid. Depending on the matchup, let's see. I guess these lands are coming into play tap, so most likely we're going to lead with Sunken Citadel. I think this would be on red, because we have Ragged Prairie for good reasons here. Alright. Yeah, I just like being able to have the option for double white, double red. Alright. Bloomin' Marsh into Duress. This looks like Necro, which is not... Okay, they took a road. They didn't take Get Lost, so maybe it's not Necro. I guess this is probably Yawgmoth, I would think, but maybe more Duress. Interesting. Okay, yeah, we'll still name red, because with Field Rune, we can get white with this. Okay, land go. Oh, this is, never mind. This is, Cosmoglyph. Okay. Cosmoglyph costs green, so we'll ship it back. Can't remember. I think they're running 1 basic. Okay, this is Plunge into Darkness. Okay. They could easily just go down to 1 here if they wanted to. Alright, hit this land. Can't remember how many basic lands Cosmoglyph runs. At least 1 basic, according to our opponent. Which would explain why they took the Erode. Necro Dominance. Wow. Okay. So I'm surprised that they didn't take the Get Lost then. But I guess that, yeah, I would have been under the assumption that this was Cosmoglyph, which it still could be, I guess. I don't know. Every time I say Plunge into Darkness, I always think it's Cosmoglyph. I don't know. With them being at 4 cards, they could probably just draw an extra card. Oh, they're just going to go down to 1. Oh my god. If we could draw like an Ajani here at some point, that this would be great. Ideally, we want to draw it on. Let's see. We want to draw it on turn 4. Well, let's see what they discard here, because their maximum hand size is 5, so they're going to discard down to... Well, I wonder if they also are running Soul Spikes. I don't know, it'd just be a weird deck to be playing with Soul Spikes in the mix. Because... Oh yeah, never mind. Did we just completely dismiss this from earlier? I think we completely dismissed this from earlier. Yeah, they had a Serum Powder. Okay. Oh my god. I'm not paying attention. Okay, so they do run Soul Spike. This just must be a weird version of Necro Dominance then. But them taking a road, I guess, still not really sure. Yeah. I'm really unsure, to be honest. It's probably just both. Both? Yeah. Um. Okay, we can Price of Freedom. I don't know if that's gonna be any good. Okay, they discarded. I guess this is kind of important to know their basic land count here, because there's already 4 in exile and 1 in play, so what are the chances that this Price of Freedom is like a Stone Rain? It's Cosmogoyf. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming so, but I have not seen a list that runs Necro Dominance unless that's just like secret tech there. Um, hmm. So they probably just get us anyways next turn. Problem is if we just go get lost, if we hold up get lost mana and then Price of Freedom next turn. Yeah, let's play this. This is mana for get lost and then mana for erode. They play around 6. The deck loses to itself a lot. Yeah, I'm kind of familiar with Cosmogoyf. I just haven't really been familiar with the Necro Dominance version of it. Okay, so they're gonna go with a duress, and they've played a land. Huh. Feel like they're gonna take either get lost or erode here. I guess actually, come to think about it, get lost is not really needed here with Necro in play. So yeah, I guess we'll just let them kind of choose between these two. I imagine that they're probably wanting to pick one of these two. If they hit Price of Freedom, that makes me think that they're out of like basic lands. Okay, they hit their road. Cosmogoyf. Haven't seen any red yet, so I wonder. Okay. Oh, shoot. Priority was passed there. Oh, they have that? Oh, my. Okay. Oh, it's indestructible. Okay, got it. Well, we can also just straight up die to this thing. No, wait. Hold up here. Hold up here. No, because we have this castle to save us. Yeah. We'll just play Castle Ardenvale, and hopefully we just don't straight up die to anything. Oh wait, no. Yeah. That's why it's in the deck. Oh no, last removal is a. Oh no! Come on. Okay, had we done Price of Freedom? Ah, that's unfortunate. Okay, it wouldn't have mattered. Legend of Roku. Oh, I guess. Oh, no. We would have exiled these three cards, except for a shorter white card. Damn. But then they gain like 20 life, 21 life there. That is unfortunate. Okay. Wait, I think isn't there like a black card that kind of does the same thing as Fling, if I remember correctly? Okay, this is probably where I would be fine with bringing in Surgical Extraction. Wear and Tears could also be brought in. High Noon I still want to keep in against Necro decks. Legend of Roku is a little bit medium here. Actually, would have been funny if we actually would have drawn a Johnny on that turn 4 there. I think discharges can be taken out. In fact, we could probably even keep in the Legend of Roku. Rest in Peace just only benefits them. Okay. I mean, let's see. Wear and Tear would also have targets for that Serum Powder, but I'm not really too worried about that. I think these are all fine, so we'll try this. 2 mana sorcery. I'm not sure about Surgical. They exile almost all of their own deck. Yeah, I mean, I feel like these cards are not as great either. Like Avengers Disassembled and Galvanic Discharge. So maybe again we could probably like this is probably one of those where I feel like Surgical is maybe a little bit better than Brute Skill. I just feel like Avengers Disassembled is going to be like an expensive Stone Rain that I don't know if we really want.